Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is May 24th, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1860, your first ever American heavyweight champion, Evan Lewis. 1922, the most dominant women's wrestler of the 50s and 60s, June Byers. 1931, one of the biggest draws in Texas in the 70s, and the father of the Youngblood clan, Ricky Romero. 1956, the luchador known as Super Parka. 1957, longtime tag team partner of Buddy Lee Parker, James Earl Wright. 1976, Puerto Rico's own Ricky Banderas. 1977, Alberto Del Patron. And last but not least, 1978, Elijah the Pope Burke. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for May 24th. 1984, Vince McMahon Sr. 2010, Japanese wrestler Rusher Kimura. 2016, longtime enhancement talent Frankie Lane. Alright, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for May 24th. And a short trip in the Wayback Machine today as we start in 1971. In his Madison Square Garden debut, Jimmy Valiant defeated Vincent Pomnetti at 12 minutes and 28 seconds via submission with a backbreaker. Moving 2 years to 1973, Harley Race defeats Dory Funk Jr. for the NWA World Heavyweight title in Kansas City, Missouri. Race scored the pinfall in the third fall with a vertical suplex to win the title for the first time in his career. Race would go on to become an 8-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion. 3 years later, in 1976, we see Ric Flair defeat Wahoo McDaniel for the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title in Charlotte, North Carolina. If Flair had lost, he would have had to shave his head. In a rare team-up in 1983, Dory Funk Jr. and Jake Roberts defeated Mike Rotundo and Special Delivery Jones in Columbia, South Carolina on a Jim Crockett Promotions event. 1984, Ric Flair defeats Kerry Von Erich for the NWA World Heavyweight title, ending Von Erich's reign after only 18 days. Flair pinned Von Erich by reversing a roll-up for the pin in Osaka, Japan, in the third fall of their title match on an all-Japan pro wrestling show. Fritz Von Erich would later appear on world-class television and claim that his son was ripped off by a sumo referee that didn't understand pro wrestling rules. The referee for the match was All Japan's Joe Hagachi, who was never a sumo referee. Moving ahead 1 year to 1985, Oprah Winfrey, yes Oprah, made an appearance at a WWF event in Chicago, Illinois. The 3 top matches aired on AM Chicago on 5/27/85, with Winfrey doing commentary and also interviewing Hulk Hogan and Don Muraco. Moving to the decade of grunge, 1991, the Diamond Stud, Scott Hall, made his WCW television debut, pinning Tommy Angel. Those were your short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for May 24th. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.